The city pulsed with life, its streets illuminated by the glow of neon signs and the occasional flash of headlights. For Alex, a seasoned rideshare driver, the night shifts were both a routine and an adventure. Each passenger brought a new story, a new glimpse into the lives of strangers. But one fateful night would shatter that routine, plunging Alex into a chilling mystery that would haunt them long after the last fare. It was just past midnight when Alex's phone buzzed with a ride request. The pickup location was intriguing, a street notorious for ghost stories, where tales of a woman in white were whispered among locals. With a mix of curiosity and trepidation, Alex accepted the ride. The passenger's name was Sarah, and her profile was blank, devoid of any photo or information. A shiver ran down Alex's spine. Something about it felt eerie, but they shrugged it off. Just another night, they muttered to themselves as they followed the GPS. As Alex navigated the winding streets, the atmosphere changed. The city, usually vibrant, felt heavy and oppressive. Shadows danced in the periphery of their vision, and the air grew thick with an unsettling silence. The street where they arrived was lined with crumbling Victorian houses, their windows dark and foreboding. Alex parked in front of an old, decrepit home that looked as though it hadn't welcomed visitors in decades. Moments later, a figure emerged from the house. Sarah was striking, dressed in a vintage dress that seemed to shimmer under the streetlights. Her long hair framed her face, but there was something off about her, an aura of sadness that clung to her like a shadow. "Hi," she said softly as she slid into the back seat. "Hey there. Where to?" Alex replied, trying to mask their unease. "Just down Pine Street, please," Sarah instructed, her voice almost melodic. As they drove, Alex attempted to engage her in conversation, asking about her plans for the night, but Sarah's responses were distant, her eyes gazing out the window as if she were watching a world that only she could see. "Do you live around here?" Alex ventured, hoping to break the unsettling silence. "I used to," Sarah replied, her tone shifting, leaving Alex with an inexplicable feeling of sorrow. The car's interior felt colder, and a heavy weight settled in the air, suffocating and surreal. As they turned onto a dimly lit stretch of road, the atmosphere shifted once again. Suddenly, without warning, Sarah vanished from the back seat. One moment she was there, the next, nothing but an empty space where she had been sitting. Heart racing, Alex slammed on the brakes, the car screeching to a halt. Panic surged through them as they scanned the back seat, disbelief settling in. "What the hell just happened?" they exclaimed, the words echoing into the silence. The temperature in the car plummeted, and an overwhelming sense of dread enveloped them. Alex stumbled out of the car, eyes wide and heart pounding, searching for any sign of Sarah. "Where did you go?" they called into the night. But the only answer was the rustling of leaves in the wind. Adrenaline coursed through their veins as they pulled out their phone, desperate to retrace their route and find her. Alex drove back to the pickup location, their mind racing with possibilities. What had just happened? Had they imagined it? When they arrived at the old house again, Alex hesitated before stepping out of the car. The neighborhood felt alive in an uncanny way, as though unseen eyes were watching. Approaching the door, Alex knocked, and an elderly woman opened it, her eyes sharp and knowing. "Did you see her?" the woman asked, her voice trembling slightly. "Did I see who?" Alex replied, confusion washing over them. "The girl in white," the woman whispered, glancing over her shoulder as if afraid of being overheard. "She was just here, wasn't she?" Alex's heart raced. "Yes, I picked her up, but she just vanished." The woman's expression darkened. "Her name is Sarah. She died in a car accident years ago right down Pine Street. Some say she wanders, looking for something she lost." Determined to uncover the truth, Alex felt compelled to learn more. What happened to her? They pressed, heart pounding with dread and curiosity. The woman sighed, her eyes clouding with memories. She was a beautiful girl, full of life. One night she was hit by a car while crossing the street. They say she never left this place. With that, the woman shared tales of sightings and eerie occurrences linked to Sarah's spirit. The stories chilled Alex to the bone, but they felt a strange connection to the ghostly figure. "I need to help her," Alex declared, newfound determination surging through them. Returning to the car, Alex's mind raced. Could they find a way to communicate with Sarah? They decided to follow the last route they had taken together, hoping to uncover the mystery behind her tragic death. As they drove back to Pine Street, the air grew thick with tension. Shadows flickered in the corners of their vision, and the radio sputtered to life, crackling between stations before settling on a haunting melody. Suddenly, Alex spotted a flicker in the rearview mirror. There was Sarah, her form ethereal and faint, eyes filled with sorrow. "Help me," she whispered, her voice barely a breath. Alex's heart raced as they realized she was trying to convey something important. "What do you need?" Alex called out, desperation filling their voice. But before they could react, Sarah pointed toward the area where the memorial for her accident stood. As they approached, Alex felt an overwhelming sense of grief wash over them, a weight of unfulfilled longing. Arriving at the memorial, Alex parked the car and stepped out, their heart pounding. The site was adorned with flowers and photographs, remnants of a life that had been cut short. Kneeling down, Alex placed a hand on the weathered stone, whispering a silent apology. "I'm so sorry this happened to you." In that moment, Sarah's figure appeared beside Alex, glowing softly in the dim light. A sense of peace enveloped them both, and Sarah smiled gently, her sadness lifting like a fog. "Thank you," she murmured, her voice echoing through the stillness. With a final lingering gaze, Sarah's form began to fade, her spirit released from the burden it had carried for so long. As dawn broke, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Alex stood at the memorial, feeling an unexpected sense of closure. In the days that followed, Alex shared Sarah's story, ensuring her memory lived on. The city that once felt daunting now brimmed with life, each shadow a reminder of the spirits that wandered among them. As a rideshare driver, Alex continued their work, but every ride now held a deeper meaning, a chance to connect, to listen, and perhaps to help another lost soul find their way home. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.